Welcome to WarmKettle. Alright, for today we are going to review not exactly a new product, but this product is still worth to be reviewed. So this one is called Cafflano Klassic. Founded on 2016 by a company called Beans Corp. The owner actually a Korean, and he really loves to drink coffee and he has a high mobility lifestyle, so he has to go to one place to another place every day. He drinks like 6 cups of coffee a day, so he had an idea about how can he drink a coffee, a good quality coffee actually, just using just one device like this. Okay, so we are gonna start by review the build quality first. Cafflano Klassic has won an award for an electrical coffee equipment in SCA Award 2017 in Budapest, so this should be pretty good. First of all, I'm pretty impressed by the plastic quality. This is a pretty good plastic, feels like a Teflon actually, so yes, it's a non-sticky material, which is very good. And the Cafflano Klassic itself has 4 different equipment for coffee processing. This one is the kettle with a small nozzle, so you can have like a small debit of water for slow pouring, something like that. And the second one is the grinder. The grinder itself has a folding handle here. The folding handle itself actually made with a pretty thick stainless steel, but I still feel like this is quite flimsy. So sometimes if you want to make a coffee with a fine grind size, you need to have a stronger force in order to turn the handle. So this could be pretty critical. If you look here, it has a hinge here, and yeah, just be careful with that. But besides that, this grinder is actually pretty well built. So we can see here it has like a traditional adjustment with a bolt, and also it has a ceramic knife. The ceramic knife itself is has a pretty good quality itself. Yes, it's a very tidy ceramic knife. And the third part is the metal dripper. So this is a dripper styled coffee maker. This one using a metal dripper, so could be have possibilities for a little bit oily coffee because metal doesn't absorb the fat of the coffee. But anyway, it has a fine quality. The mesh is pretty fine, you can see here. And then the last one is the cup itself, or it's a function as a mug. This one is a double wall, so it has an aluminum inner wall and also the Teflon outside. It's pretty nice with an anti-slip material down there. Okay, so that's for the build quality, pretty neat. And let's move on to the test. Wow, amazing. Right, so we have done the brewing process. Let's talk about the good news and the bad news about Cafflano itself. We'll start with the good news first. I'm pretty impressed by how compact this device is. So basically you have almost everything you need in order to brew a coffee. You have the grinder, the kettle, filter, and also the mug. And the brewing result is not bad actually. In fact, you are using a very simple kind of kettle with a very short nozzle. However, the coffee, we are using an Ethiopian Guji here, and almost all of the characteristics of the coffee itself, I can taste it. The material quality is actually pretty good. Like the mug itself, we are using like over 90 degrees water, but I feel fine outside here, so only a slightly higher temperature, but I still can handle it. And also the grinder itself is pretty nice. It has an adjustable feature, so you can turn the bulb over here in order to make the blade go up and down. So it's pretty simple actually. Some of the negative sides are we have some rough edges in the plastic cup. For example, here in the filter, this one is not a pretty tidy cut here. And my biggest concern is actually at the grinder. So the handle actually, these hinges. Well, actually, yeah, you're gonna need this in order to flip the handle, but it's still a pretty flimsy actually. So I'm using a pretty coarse grind here because we are using a dripper method. Even with a coarse grind, which is actually easier to be grinded, I find it's pretty hard to grind with this kind of handle because it cannot stay there. It keeps moving up like that, and also pretty flimsy. The hot water source, okay? So you need to bring your own tumbler, or you can find a water boiler, or maybe from a hot dispenser, at least a hot dispenser to find a hot water. Right, and for the last downside for the Cafflano Klassic is actually a matter of preference. So if you're a coffee enthusiast, which can enjoy almost every kind of coffee, it may be not a problem for you. But if you're looking for a clean finish here, so it has a metal dripper here, and the metal dripper could not absorb the fat in the coffee bean. So you kind of get an oily finish here, and also some of the finest coffee ground can still move through the filter here. But we have a solution for you. You can use this kind of water filter. Actually, it's like a common V60 filter, so you can basically cut around here and you can put inside the filter. Also, you can use an aeropress filter, which is have a pretty much same diameter with the Cafflano Klasik filter, in order to have a clean finish. In my conclusion, this is a pretty compact device. You can put it on your maybe your desk without too much mess on your table because of a different equipment. Also, it's actually a pretty tidy device. Almost everything here. If you are looking to make a coffee maybe in your office without making a mess on your table, or maybe in a hotel room where you're staying at, yes, I can recommend this thing. But if you are if you are far from a hot water source, you only have like a short time to prepare the coffee, I think it's not recommended for that. So this device itself costs like $100 for all of these things. Is it worth it? For me, well, yeah, it's worth it. You have a very good quality plastic here, and you can have 4 devices in the same time. So I think it's pretty much covered about the Cafflano Klassic. That's our review. If you have comments or suggestions about anything that we should add or review, please leave in the comment section below. And also subscribe to us if you want to see our latest video next time. Okay, so thank you and bye bye. See you.